The third one that I throw in, I call the double reverse Sydney. Double reverse Sydney occurs when you have one player that's playing Sydney down the line, probably pulls the ball into the court a little bit and or doesn't hit it very big. The other guy gets out there and instead of playing cross, plays back up the line. So he plays behind the player. Those three patterns, for me, basically cover the majority of the patterns that occur on the court. They're three simple patterns, and although it sounds kind of goofy, it sounds goofy when I explain it to everyone, Sydney, reverse Sydney, double reverse Sydney, you guys can do whatever you want to do. I've found over the course of time, I've been using that terminology since 2005. So I have a lot of players at every level. When I started working with Stefan Kozlov, it's one of the first things that we talked about, Sydneys and reverse Sydneys. If you ask Stefan what a Sydney is right now, he'll tell you exactly what a Sydney is. I found over the course of time that by labeling it, it's kind of like, you know, if I say the word Coke, everybody knows what a Coke is. If I say the word Pepsi, everybody knows what a Pepsi is. Everybody knows they're a little bit different. So if you just, you know, we talk all the time about like, well, you want to play more down the line balls or you want to play more cross courts. I talk about Sydney. Sydney is exactly what it is. Cross court exchange and someone changes down the line. The guys that I deal with know exactly what that is. And I find by labeling it that it gives it more of a continuity in what you're talking about as a coach. So I've talked to college coaches about it. The coach at University of Alabama is a really good friend of mine. Back there, they call them Bamas instead of, if we talked about it. So I mean, you can use any terminology you want. You know, it's something that makes sense for you. You don't have to. You can do whatever you want to do. But I've just found over the years, especially with younger players, that by labeling it like that, it actually gives them a recognition of what they're doing rather than